Everybody is fleeing Las Vegas, and today we're going to get real on why so many people are actually leaving. But here's the kicker. Nevada is actually still one of the fastest growing states in the country. It's actually ranked number 6 nationwide. Tourism jumped 10% this past June, and condo inventory jumped nearly 80%. Yet the median prices are still setting records, which is absolutely wild. So how does this even work? And the answer is going to show exactly why smart buyers have serious opportunity right now. I'm Christian Pro, your trusted friend in real estate here in Las Vegas, and I'm looking forward to telling you the real story of who's leaving and who's actually staying. So many people are moving. We know this is a fact. I think it's partially due to the natural shift after everything we went through in that big pandemic boom. But what's really interesting is how many people are still actually moving here. We're still adding tens of thousands of new residents every year. And that growth truly matters because it shapes how everything in the real estate market works. Let me break it down for you. Last year, the county added about 50,000 new residents. In 2025, another 41,000. So we're definitely still growing, just not at the pace that we saw during the boom. Nevada is still one of the fastest growing states in the country. From 2023 to 24, the population grew nearly 2%. And that's putting us at number 6 nationwide. Net migration has stayed positive and near the top of the US since 2020. This kind of growth is shaking up the market in ways that I don't think many people are noticing. Condos and townhomes alone jumped almost 80% year over year, but the reason why could change how you actually buy. I'll break down what's really going on there in just a bit. California plays a huge role too. Since 2020, 158,000 people have moved here from California, and that's over 40% of our new residents. Las Vegas offers affordability and proximity to family. Now, Las Vegas definitely has dropped in the rankings. There's no denying it. We were number 2 in 2023 and then dropped all the way to number 6 in 2024. So why does it sometimes feel like people are packing up and leaving? The real answer is tied to our local economy, and honestly, the numbers are pretty interesting. Hey, want the real scoop on the Las Vegas real estate market and not just what you see in the headlines? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned because every week I'm breaking it down for you. All right, so when you take a closer look at who's coming in and who's leaving, we can see a pattern, and those patterns create real opportunities. The mix of people moving here is definitely changing, and that's shaping the housing market in a big way. And here's where it gets really interesting. Even with our growth, our biggest economic engine is showing signs of some stress. Tourism numbers from this past June do hint at changes that are already starting to affect our housing demand in a way that most people are not seeing yet. This past June hit Las Vegas really hard. Visitor numbers dropped more than 10%, from 3.49 to 3.10 million. That means a lot less money is flowing into our city. And hotels are feeling it too. Occupancy slid from 85% to 78%, and room rates are down 6.6%. When room rates drop, that's when we start to see micro cracks in the economy. Economic uncertainty and job loss has given reason for some to exit. And believe it or not, that shift could give buyers a big advantage. I'll show you how in just a minute. So what does that all mean for jobs? Nevada is tied for the highest unemployment rate in the country at 5.4%. Here in Las Vegas, unemployment has jumped up nearly 4,500 people between May and June. Experts at UNLV say it's not a quick dip. They expect visitor numbers to keep sliding into 2026, so it isn't a blip. This is a real trend, and it's shaping how people are starting to think about buying and selling their homes here. If you're in the hospitality industry, the pressure on your home value looks totally different than if you're in the tech industry, for example. When such a big part of the economy is struggling, it shifts who may be able to buy and who may actually need to sell. That's what sets us up for what I call the great housing inventory explosion. Sellers are listing more homes, but fewer buyers are in the game, and it's something that we had not seen in a way since before the pandemic. And here's the really wild part. Inventory is up, but overall, the median prices are still hitting record highs. And I'm going to show you how both of those things can be true at the same time. Inventory has shot up, and it changes everything. Single-family homes are up more than 50% from last year, and buyers suddenly have more options. Realtor.com even ranked Las Vegas as the fastest growing housing supply in the country. And honestly, I have never seen inventory grow this quickly. So, we know inventory is way up and homes are not moving nearly as fast. But what does that all mean? The average is now 56 days on market, which gives us about 2 months of inventory. Okay, so let's talk about prices though. The median price only shows what's selling and not what's actually sitting. The homes that close usually are priced right or have something special. And the ones that sit for 56 days, well, they don't actually count towards that number, and that's because they haven't sold yet. So we really got two different markets running at once. Homes priced well are moving, and overpriced homes, or the ones that are in tougher spots, are actually sitting. And this is where buyers can find some leverage. That's why knowing how to work in this two-track market is the key. In a bit, I'm going to show you how buyers are getting deals that I have not seen since the pandemic. And sellers, this all really matters for you too. High median prices sound good, but they don't show the full picture. More competition means that you've got to price smart and make your house stand out in a very competitive market. Now, what's really surprising is that some of these neighborhoods that were on fire during the pandemic have now actually started to slow. Others are still moving super fast, and at the end of the day, the inventory surge isn't the same everywhere. Some areas are absolutely thriving, while other areas are kind of struggling. And those differences show you exactly where the best opportunities are right now. Let's break this down by neighborhood, because where your home sits is going to make all the difference. And the truth is, every area is starting to shift in its own way. Let's take Summerlin, for example. In July, Summerlin South's median home price was about $748. That's barely up 0.6% from last year, while Summerlin West came in at $832. That's a 4.3% jump. So while listings across the valley have been jumping, prices here are barely shifting. But the surprising part is the days on market. Summerlin West has 61 days, up from 40 last year. So yes, homes are starting to sit a little bit longer. And these differences connect right back to migration. Certain groups are moving out, and what that means for buyers and sellers still might surprise you. I'll break that down later. Now, the high-end market is still holding on. Out-of-state buyers with very deep pockets are keeping demand high. Henderson is a little bit of a different story. The median price here is $492.5, and that's down 1.1%. Days on market, 55, which is about 15 days longer than last year. Some reports even call Henderson a buyer's market right now, and that means buyers definitely have more power and more choices. Sellers, you've got to price your home sharp and make it shine. That means painting, landscaping, and fixing it up. Now, let's talk about North Las Vegas. The median price range here is about $375 to $410, which is down 3.3%. Homes take about 50 days to sell, and that's still actually fairly competitive. And I think it's due to the price per square foot. Even with those high mortgage rates, payments can still be affordable here. So what you've got right now is several different markets. In Summerlin, buyers are picky and take their time. In North Las Vegas, buyers often need to move a little bit faster. The point is, your strategy depends on your neighborhood, and that's just one piece of the puzzle. The bigger question is, where are people going when they leave Las Vegas, and what does that mean for the ones who actually stay here? The top two destinations are clear: California and Texas. 3 years ago, about 22,000 people moved from Nevada to California, and more than 12,000 went to Texas. The ones that are leaving are mostly retirees, middle-income households, and families with school-age children. They leave for three main reasons: job opportunities, lifestyle preferences, and the cost of living. Once the housing costs exceed 30% of income, families start to feel that squeeze. But here's the opportunity. When certain groups leave, it creates openings for others. Retirees moving frees up homes for families. Families leaving creates space for younger buyers or empty nesters. This gives us an opportunity to target market your listing. By understanding who's staying and who's leaving, we can position your property for the right buyers. So ultimately, what this data shows us is that Las Vegas isn't experiencing a major exodus. We're in a transition. The dust is settling after all that we went through together in 2020. We're still growing, but competition is shifting, creating specific opportunities in each neighborhood. For buyers, this means more negotiating power than we have seen in years. No more bidding wars or waived inspections. You can evaluate properties and carefully negotiate better terms. The advantage varies dramatically by neighborhood. Homes in Summerlin take 3 extra weeks to sell compared to the ones that we saw in North Las Vegas, and that difference determines on your negotiation strategy. Long term, Vegas is maintaining strong fundamentals in tourism, conventions, and entertainment. The current slowdown doesn't change our position as a major destination city. For sellers, plan for patience, with homes taking an average of 56 days to sell. Price competitively. The days of listing high and receiving multiple offers are gone. California buyers are still moving here, but are more selective and are definitely taking their time. Well, speaking of timing, it's going to matter. Need to sell quickly? Price accordingly. Have time? You can wait, but remember, more inventory will appear every month. Right now, the market offers opportunities for both sides when you act strategically. Vegas isn't losing people. What's really happening here is just a shift. We're moving from that crazy pandemic boom to something that feels a little bit more normal. And yes, the population is actually still growing, even though we are seeing a few bumps in the road. The thing is, every neighborhood has its own story, so your plan has to fit where you live or where you want to buy. And if you're thinking about making a move to this shifting Las Vegas market, now's the time to get the right info. So shoot me an email over at Kristen@YourLuxuryPro, and I'll send you a neighborhood by neighborhood breakdown for the area that you care about most. The market is moving fast, and having someone local in your corner will make a huge difference. Ready to take it a step further? Click that video on your screen and I'll walk you through 5 amazing communities, including my personal favorite, that most people don't even know about. Don't miss out on these hidden gems before everyone else discovers them.